What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. And today I'm going to get my politics on. You guys know that I typically cover celebrities and things like that. But I'm going to respond to a good friend of mine, Anthony Brian Logan. You guys see him. His channel was huge. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. And recently, he covered a video about the Ahmaud Arbery situation, right? And I would say he did a very, very good job. It was called Thoughts on the Ahmaud Arbery Shooting, Justified or Not. The majority of his commentary was very good on that. And I saluted him, even in the comment section. Because, you know, Anthony Brian Logan is a black conservative a Trump supporter, and he's known for towing the line and saying things that might be considered anti-black and kind of caping for white conservatism. That's what's kind of out there about him. I mean, I'm somewhere in the middle of how I feel about that, but overall, I believe he has good politics. But I was on Facebook today, and this Facebook post, it made me cringe, right? And Anthony Brian Logan says, give me some sad music or dating music. Black people get shot and killed every single day without justice served. Explain to me why Ahmaud Arbery is different. And on the surface of that particular statement, he would be correct, all right? Black people get shot and killed every single day without justice served. And that is true. No doubt about that. But see, here's what ABL is trying to do, or Anthony Brian Logan is trying to do. He's taking the shift from what is a hate crime against what happens every day in black on black crime. And I think the difference is, now while you get a murder in each case, it's not on camera, all right? And that's the single thing that we're not looking at here. For 2 or 3 months, we were not able to see what happened on video. At least the public didn't see it. And these white people went out, thought they had a burglar. They were supposed to contact the police. They drove out, cut the guy off, pulled guns on him, which was illegal, okay? And then killed the guy in cold blood. And then they were not charged for months. They were living a normal life. And we know who did it. See, here's the situation. In the black community, when Pookie kills Ray Ray, ABL, the situation is this. We don't really know who did it. There's speculation who did it. But in this case, everyone knew who killed Ahmaud Arbery. We knew it. Everybody knew it. Everybody knew it. And it's not until now that, because the footage has been released in an outrage, that the guys have been charged. See, that's a single difference. There are no black people that are killing each other in the street, defying police orders. You see them on camera doing it, and they are not charged. And I want to talk about this. When you have comments like this that are really insensitive to African Americans or African American communities, then you sit back and you wonder why people don't like black conservatives. I mean, like, you know, and then like that's what black conservatives want to do. And shout out to my buddy Brandon Tatum, ABL, a lot of these guys. They will always try to vilify the person, or vilify the, in other words, let's make the victim seem he's not the victim. Let's vilify the victim. Somehow let's make it his fault, or somehow let's change the argument. Somehow let's change the argument that this person did this, whatever, to make it an argument about what's going on in the black community. Oh, what about black on black crime? Black on black crime is not on trial here, Anthony Brian Logan. or Brandon Tatum or Kenneth Owens. That is something different. And this is what we're talking about. We're talking about ad hominems. Ad hominems are against the argument. The argument is right now, Ahmaud Arbery was killed by two people who happen to be white in Georgia that should not have been doing what they were doing. End of story. But the black conservatives' job is to go out and try to spin it. What about black on black crime? This ain't no different than what happened in Chicago. This ain't no different than what happened in Detroit. Why are we even talking about that? What we're talking about right now is Ahmaud Arbery and him getting shot by these two white people. That's the argument. End of story. Don't try to spin it for your audience. Don't try to spin it for white conservatives. Don't try to spin it to fit the narrative. Don't try to take it there. Because what you look like is a sellout. Like, now you want to ask the question about explain to me why Ahmaud Arbery is different. No, that's not the point. The point is these guys broke the law. It doesn't matter if it's 1,000% outrage. If you want to call it phony or whatever. And I get it. Some of the liberal guys can do too much, right? LeBron, we're 100 down every day. I don't agree with that. Okay? But at the same time, we're not going to spin this to what about black on black crime? We can't do that. Because that's not the case. The situations that Ahmaud Arbery is killed on video, people not being charged, cover-ups, that's not the same thing. And it just goes to show you how, I told you, you have black people who are conservative, but they're not black conservative. Black people who are for the black community, they're not even going to use an argument. Arguments like this come from people who are, in my opinion, I would say, don't really like blacks. I mean, that's what I get from that. Again, in any situation, they want black people to look like the enemy, black people to look like the problem, and somehow let's, get away from white racism or that it's still here to some extent, and let's blame the black community for everything, which is true to that black people have problems, okay? Black people are not innocent here. But even when black people have nothing to do with being wrong, let's find out how black people are still wrong. And then you wonder why nobody really messes with Blexit. You wonder why people look at black conservatives with a side eye. You wonder why the Democrats are always winning in the black community. It's because of shit like this. How could you even say something like this? Like, what sense does that even make? It makes no sense. This is why Republicans, and a lot of black Republicans, should not even be speaking as black conservatives. You happen to be black while being conservative. You're just a conservative that's happened to be black. Like, certain things you should stay away from in the black community when you're making comments like this. That's another discussion. And I want to just take the comment from Carmen G, right? She said he was killed by white men. That's the difference. Had he been killed by two black men, we wouldn't know who he is. Now, this is a white person that's on this page, right? Here is a situation. Had he had been killed by two black men who had not been charged and it was on camera, then I would believe what you're saying. But see, then you allow people of other races that are white to come in and comment on this and be insensitive. That's the situation. And then when you see a black person doing this, and you get all these comments like Megan, because he was shot by a white guy. Okay, so then let's make this whole thing out that the reason why we care about this is because it's white people. Now, that might be true to a certain degree, but why do black people have an issue when white people do something. How did that happen? Like, let's be honest about this. Why do black people have such a problem with white people in America? Like, did black people just wake up one day? Give me some Dayton music.
Oh, you know, I'm just waking up in the morning and shit. All of a sudden I got a problem with white folks. I don't know why.
Black people have a problem with white people for a reason. For many years, it's justified. Hello? Everybody knows why black people are outraged at police brutality, while blacks are outraged at hate crimes. They have a reason. It's not that this is like, they mad for no reason. There's a reason why. There are many reasons why. ABL, black conservatives. So don't give me that shit as if black people don't have no reason. Yes, they do. So they have a right to be outraged. Because historically, it's always happened. So that's why they're pissed. And then black conservatives, when they're like,
well, man, they wouldn't do that if...
Nigga, what about all the times it has happened? And y'all act like y'all don't remember this. Like, you know, like ever since the civil rights ended, like, racism stopped. Stop playing. So again, blacks have a right to be upset. And black conservatives pretend like there's no historical evidence as to why blacks are upset, like it just came out of the blue. Again, that's BS. And those tactics are just, come on, man, like it doesn't make any sense, okay? So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Subscribe, hit the bell, and as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. All my information is pinned to the top. I'm out.